good? Welcome or welcome back. There is a silent version of you that is lower vibrational than an overly chatty version of you. There is a silent version of you that is more high vibrational than the overly chatty version of you too. The people who are overly chatty are mostly just disturbing the peace. But sometimes that's welcome, especially when you are stuck in a lower vibrational energy. You actually welcome the clarity and the distraction. You welcome the chatter or the excuse to do something different than you normally do. So even if it's like mindless chatter, or like me and my son, we just make noises, just blah. And see how long we can hold it, because these things, they get rid of suppression, they get rid of heavy energy that weighs down on you. You can do it too just by going outside and the fresh air, if you're out there long enough, or if you go outside for a short period of time, like just running, even if it's like a short sprint to the car. It makes a difference. Driving with the windows down, even if the air is on, because I know it's summertime, but if you let the windows down, it's like that fresh air, it releases that energy of suppression. But another way to do it, because we have had some rainy days, and if you get stuck in the house, we still managed to get out between the rain yesterday, but we still had to do like some vocal exercises just to feel free, because it felt like some kind of suppressive energy was like weighing down on us, trying to keep us from the momentum that we were currently on. And that momentum was really high vibrational, but it's like we leaped over the part where we overly feel like we need to connect with other people. We were just trying to get there, but like by ourselves, because it's just us, you know. I think my son is a lot like me. Like, if I'm going to see you, or if you're going to connect with me, let's connect. Um, if you have something you want to talk to me about, if you're calling me, that's cool. But don't call me and then look for me to entertain you. Like, period. Don't call me and look for me to entertain you. Like, you're looking for something. You could say, let's do something. You could be honest and say, man, I'm bored, I miss you, or whatever. That's cool. But don't just call me up and expect me to deliver this, entertainment for you. So a lot of times we jump right over that hurdle. Like, it's not a hurdle. It's a nice time. I like when I feel chatty with human beings, where I feel like talking to them, because I had really lost my desire for discussions with human beings, because I just felt like I'm never talking about the things that they care about. They're never talking about the things that I care about. And if we do, it's very small in comparison to possibly the feeling of enjoying the energy that we could have. Like, I would enjoy their presence more if they would shut the fuck up and just be in their own skin. Um, and then other times I crave that, talkative interaction. My son, I can always tell, because he won't want to talk on the phone. It don't matter who call him. His cousin could call, his dad could call, he's not interested. Even if my phone rings for me, he's not trying to get it or answer it or tell me to. So we go from maybe just kind of being in our own peaceful solitude here to like laughing and expressing ourselves through music or just sounds or just running around, chasing each other, playing with water. I don't know why all of this is relevant, but I guess we're going to see when the cards come out. I did not, I did not, you know why? That's why. Because yesterday I did not feel chatty, and I knew that it was a lower vibrational energy. But it felt like one that I needed to stay in because my son was experiencing a lot of emotions. So I felt like I needed to stay at peace. And sometimes when you get to talking, you can start touching on subjects that create more disruption than harmony. So I just chose to take a more peaceful road. I talked to him when he was open to it. And when he was temperamental, I let him, have his space. He was just having a day. I had a day earlier and he had a day later, something like that. Okay, so we kind of just had to move around each other yesterday. And it was weird because we're usually like together, like not just in the same house, but we literally be on the same wavelength. The time I want by myself is the time he wants by himself. The time I want to cuddle, he wants to cuddle. The time where we want to go out is the time he wants to go out. Usually our week, our days mostly go that way, and they still do. But it does stand out to me like a fucking sore tooth when it doesn't go that way, when it's not smooth, and when we are like so far apart. It's almost like we're worlds apart. Not just one world, because we always have our individual worlds, but worlds apart. So that's like a third party. That's another energy, another person, another entity that is causing a disruption in the connection. So this happens. I'm talking about me and my son, but that's a relationship. The Lover's card represents all relationships, any relationship that you have a heart connection to. So there is probably some information that could clarify something for you and your connections, as I'm rambling about, me and my child. So the point is that today I feel I didn't even do my yoga pose for my coffee cup. I made my coffee, but I don't know what's going to be in here. I didn't even meditate to get it. It felt like someone had tried to leash me. And if they did, I'm actually thankful because the leash was one of peace. And I believe the leash came from an energy, an entity, a person I trust. Even if it was me. It could have been my mom that's watching over us. Could have been Big Mama who knew the way to work through a day like this. Doesn't matter. It worked. It worked, and I made it through a very tumultuous day where I still got to check off because I have a checklist for the things that I intend to accomplish within the day, specifically just with my son. With me, I'm more free flowing. I'm still, I haven't figured it all out yet. I don't even know what I want to do with all of my extra me time yet. I still haven't figured it out. I'll be flexing, moving around, doing different things. So, why is that word flexing in my vocabulary now? I don't flex. I don't flex, but flexible. But I've been saying flexing instead of flexible. It's weird. So anyway, going with the flow with myself, but I was able to basically check off almost everything on my checklist, besides a couple of things that I try to do as far as school that he did not, he wasn't cooperative to. But other than that, it was a good, it was a good day. I just could tell like, whoa, this was one of our, like it would have been one of our worst days. It wasn't quite as bad, but it used to be worse. Like it wasn't worse for him, it was the same. But for me, the way that I dealt with it, it was very disabling. Like it would make me sad, it would make me tense, it would make me worried, it would make me stressed. It just made me rest. It was like, just rest. What else can I do? find peace and ease, and eventually he will too. And he did. Every time. Um, but yeah, worlds apart is when you have a third party. They're trying to pull you into a reality that you don't want to go into. It's one you don't live in. It's not the way you see things. And so there was someone getting, excuse me, getting in the way. That's when illusions are at play. So I do feel like over the last 3 days, there have been illusions at play. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to start off too wild with the oracle. I think I'm going to just start off with the tarot, see what we're talking about. Let's bring it down to 3D, how these energies and entities have been affecting physical bodies in our reality. Let's get into that, and then I'll probably pull some oracle in to fill in the gaps of what I can't channel through the tarot. So there'll be a timestamp. We're getting started at 11:22. All right, trust your intuition over mine. Hopefully they align. If they do, that's probably divine. And it's divine timing that you're here. All praise to the Most High. Oh, so the thumbnail, it looks like a heart in the sky, right? Actually, it's our moth. It's our protective moth. I think that's why I didn't need to meditate. I didn't need to do my yoga. I didn't care what was about to come out at the table. I knew that it'd be fine. I knew that it'd be fine. I just knew it. Because that moth is a sign of protection, that we were protected through the night. I already felt the peace and ease return to us last evening. We actually had a very peaceful evening, even when it was time to go to sleep. No issues. So it was a peaceful evening, peaceful night. And I didn't have to work hard to make sure that he was at peace before he went to sleep. He already was. So it was just good. But it was really nice to wake up into that and to see that moth in my window. And it's the one, I've been catching the ones lately that are in the shape of a heart. So it's just so pretty. But when I took the picture, I heard the song, "There's a Ribbon in the Sky for Our Love." So yeah, it could have just been a war or an attack against the world where we live in a bubble of love, the world where we are totally fulfilled and completely happy with just the two of us. And that's not my intention. It's for there to be a world that only consists of two of us. But for the majority of his life, since the separation from us living with his father and his brother, it's just been us. So we did have to create a life with just the two of us where we could be fulfilled and thrive and be happy and feel alive on a day-to-day basis, even if nobody was checking in on us, nobody was coming through, nobody was coming over, nobody was coming to pick us up. And of course those things happen, or nobody was, asking us to come out or come over. Not saying that those things didn't happen, but they weren't happening consistently. And we went from living in a household with multiple people every single day to it just being me and him on a regular basis. And so, yeah, we had to change things, how we did things, how we saw our world. And we created a world together so that we could be happy in it. And we can open the door and we can let people in and we can go out anytime we want to. It's free. It's freedom. But in order to truly be alive in your current reality, you have to update your programming to the actual reality that you're living. You can't live and breathe and think and worry and care and constantly bleed out over people who are not a part of your daily routine. They can make themselves a part of your daily routine if that's something that you want or something that they need. Like, you can do that. But if you don't, then people will have to adjust themselves. People who survive will adjust themselves. People who want to stay in struggle mode will continue to mourn and moan and groan and get angry about the fact that you're not there. But when people change their lives or close the door or move the fuck on or level up or get happy without you, it's not an attack on you. It's called freedom and survival. Yes, just the two of us. Hey, one who possessed, thank you. And perfect morning to you as well. Hi, Sprout. But yes, exactly. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us, you and I. This is what I had to do when I was single, when it was just me. I'm used to being in a relationship. But once I realized that I can't do this relationship anymore, I closed the door. This is now I have to go back to my world. Then I reacclimate. My whole brain shifts to the cycle where I know how to survive, stay alive, have a good time, be at peace, enjoy my life, feel fulfilled, get healed, all of those things by myself, because I've done it before. I've done it with a bunch of people around. I've done it by myself. So I know how to do it. Now it's even better because I have a child. So I never have to be really alone in this again until he's like ready to leave the nest, you know? So it's always going to be me and him. It's always going to be the two of us now, which is amazing. I don't want to, I'm scared I'm going to get too settled in it and then I won't get a man, and I love men and I want a man. I'm not afraid of relationships. I'm not afraid of love or anything. And I think that social media helps me to actually keep that light on or keep it open, that I am open to date, because I have become so protective of my peace, because it is everything. And it carries me through everything, that I have detached myself from a lot of people who do not bring me peace. They don't have peace in their life, and I can offer as much peace of mine that I have as I can. But when they leave or when we disconnect, people don't know how to disconnect. They don't know how to just leave it like that. So I feel like I'm getting dragged out of my reality into theirs, or they're pushing themselves into mine. And so I had to learn to create all of these energetic boundaries that I never had before. And now I do. And so my son does too, because, well, he's the evolved version of me. So he has learned to do what I've learned to do to survive. He'll never have to struggle like that emotionally or energetically, because he knows how to set up these strong boundaries. And so anyway, the point is, this is what we do, is that you adjust to who you are, what you have, and who you're with in the current reality. But we cannot, you really can't be in two places at one time. You need to make a decision at some point. What you're going to do, where you're going to be, and how it's going to play out. And if it's a no for now, but it's a yes in 2 days, then live your life like fully invested and focused in the moment, in the reality that you are currently living, until those 2 days are up. And when those 2 days are up, go for it and give everything you got to that, because all of our power is in the here and now. And as long as we keep letting people drain it out, pull it out, force it out, tug and pull at us constantly, like, those are inner entities, other people who are draining our energy. That energy is meant for us. We can create a better life for ourselves on a daily basis if we stop allowing everybody else and everything else to pull our energy and focus away from what we're doing. I swear, like, the day before, it's been a warfare. It's been a warfare. Like, the day before yesterday, I forgot where we went, but we were, like, on our way. Oh, we were going to the splash pad, and it felt like something was trying to, like, hijack my mind. I'm literally driving. I'm driving. I had to say it out loud. Like, I am fucking driving. It was, like, intrusive thoughts, and usually I get a face. If not like I can't see the face, then I'll just be knowing. Okay, I think those are called our clairs, when your clairs are activated. And you just have this knowingness of a person who's thinking about you so heavily that they're like literally hijacking your mind. Why? Because we're off the grid, we're doing our own thing, and we have people in our life who don't like to let go. Maybe they're just not letting go of him, but it affects me because we're in our reality together, the one that we live. and you're trying to pull them into your reality, the one that you live. And that's what it felt like was happening to me. I'm living my reality currently, but it was like somebody else was pulling or tugging, or it felt like my mind was trying to get pulled into another state of being. The fuck? So if I go through that, I know that my child also goes through that. So I understand why it is that he becomes temperamental at times, because it's very unsettling to feel like something else is trying to tap into your mind or tap into your vibe, your energy, in order to change where your focus and attention is going in reality. And that's really what it is. A bunch of fucking slave masters and slave owners, energetically speaking, who are used to being able to feed off of our energy, or to feed off of our light, or to have our focus and attention, because that's what it is. Where your focus and attention goes, your energy flows. Guess where my focus and attention goes? To my son, to me, and to our reality. Our reality. Even when I do these cards, I'm doing these cards and I'm reading everything that comes out on the table, and I'm reading it generally for everybody. But you know what my mind is doing subconsciously? Pulling what parts of that are for me and my reality. How is this going to help me? How can I benefit off of this awareness? So when people are trying to pull your attention and focus out of your reality, that would cause something to falter or go wrong in your reality, so that it can go right or be stabilized in theirs. No, I don't give a fuck, and I don't care, and I'm not doing that anymore. I've done that before, and when I stopped doing that, that's when our life got really settled. That's when we got really secure. That's when things actually started really going right. And I've had about a year of that, where we have not had any big incidents that have went wrong that I was not aware of. We have had pleasant surprises, and that's how the fuck it's gonna be forever. I'm not going back. So, okay, new timestamp, 2/22/27. New timestamp. Now let's get into the cards. Whew. Sometimes you just have to say things out loud. Whoever is doing this may not even watch my videos. This could be a religious entity that you were very heavily committed to, maybe as a child. Okay, it could be an entity that's used to having hold over you and what you do, and what timeline you step on, and the choices that you make, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you could be having to outrun people, entities, energies, all types of things, okay? Take it however it resonates, but sometimes you have to state your claim and how you feel, not just in your mind or on a piece of paper. Sometimes you have to say it out loud. Your words have power. Your words have power, and they don't have to be in the room with you. They don't have to be around you for that energy to hit the ground, to make a sound. You know, does a tree make a sound if it falls and nobody's around? I believe it does. I believe everything does. And during the time period that someone's looking for it, that's when they'll find it. Look, that's where they'll find it. You want to find something, seek and you shall find. The Four of Pentacles, not being able to let something go. But the world, like, you will eventually find in this world somewhere, there will be whatever it is that you were looking for. So if it was you that needed to release something or say something, don't worry. When that person is looking for that clarity or understanding about you, it'll be there because you already put it out there. Or even you looking for clarity or something about somebody or something, it'll come to you. All right, Chatty Cathy. Oh my goodness, these decks are together. I'm just not prepared for a reading. Let's make it short. I think I just needed to express myself. All right, now let's see what the cards have to say. This timestamp is ridiculous. I probably will just label this spirit talk. Just forget it. Those of you who want a tarot reading, this probably ain't it. Some people like my venting sessions. The Queen of Wands came out, yeah, literally, fire signs. Some people love your passion, or they love the way that you passionately speak about things. It could be the way that you express certain things, or it may be your creative expression, how you look on the outside, that just adds value to people's lives. In the card in itself, it was kind of twirling around. When I was shuffling the deck, I also saw the King of Wands in reverse. So it doesn't matter if you're mad or if you're happy or elated or whatever. You could even be sad. It's your emotions. It's how heavy and felt your emotions are. Like, people heal through the emotions that you fully indulge in and allow yourself to feel and express. Okay. You may have a lot of friends who are used to being protected by your energy, your warmth, your fire, your lion, your lioness. Like, people feel safe around you emotionally because what they go through, you tend to absorb that energy and go through too. Like, you go through it with them. People don't feel alone with you because of how connected you are energetically, emotionally. Like, you get it, you understand, you're there. This is the Queen of Wands in the upright. So the difference between when you're in reverse and when you're in the upright, when you're in reverse, you're learning this lesson with the person. Like, I had to learn the lesson of just being still, being at peace, and not pushing against like the when we have tumultuous days, or it just feels like something continues to try to get in the way. It's upsetting my son over things that he don't really get upset about. Oh, he spilled he spilled his syrup while he was eating his French toast. Oh, it's the end of the world. Not really, but today it is. But why? My mind always wants to know why. But those were times in my life where I would burn my hand on the skillet and I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't understand why. So we were learning that lesson to just, it's okay. Let's just order takeout. Let's just stay in today. Let's just stay in our pajamas. Like, it's okay. Let's brush our teeth at the end of the night. We're not going anywhere. Like, there's certain things that we learn to just let go and not care about in the moment to survive and also have a good time while surviving. I don't know who told us that when you're in survival mode, you always have to be like on pins and needles and you can't be happy and you need to be miserable. Not really. You need to see the truth. You need to make a plan, a practical plan to get out of or to get into or to start whatever you want to. But you can certainly enjoy your life and take care of business at the same fucking time. So we learn that lesson together. So that would be like the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands in reverse. It's just that you are actually feeling what they're feeling. So people feel supported that way. But then there is another aspect when you are in the upright position where it's kind of like, not only do they feel supported and not only do they feel supported and like someone's holding their hand and someone empathizes, someone actually understands what they're going through in life. There's a drone right over my house. What the fuck? Okay. It's really high up. It's not at my window. What the fuck is going on? Anyway, stay focused, see? But in addition to that, you provide guidance because you've been through it before. You learned the lesson already. So a lot of people just really love to watch you go at it with your emotions or watch you feel those emotions because it's almost like you can fly through them, where people are like falling down and losing their shit and you just seem to be coasting, like, hey, oh yeah, whoa, that was a big piss me the fuck off, kill him. And then he's back up to love and light. Everybody survives. Okay. And there's a light that shines and everybody, oh my god, I'm not fucking playing, y'all. Fuck, how can I don't want to show all of the bit. Oh, I see it. It's a person. Okay. I was about to start tripping. It's a person and I don't want all my business out because it's the street signs are right there. But I really wanted to show y'all this fucking drone. But there's a guy. That still don't bring me peace. but it wasn't like hovering over my window particularly. It was just really weird. Maybe he's probably like a YouTuber getting something for his channel in the inner city. I don't know. Some older white guy. Could have been looking at the building. Okay. So anyway, yeah, okay, the drone belongs to somebody. I always feel like somebody's watching me. You could have felt that way too, like it was eyes on you, you know, especially when you decide to make moves and then all of a sudden, you know, what doesn't usually happen when you're trying to make that move starts to happen, or you usually go to do this one thing and it's always just easy breezy, never have to think about it, all of a sudden it's difficult. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is you. I feel like you guys are becoming more independent in life. So you may be just learning how to do things or how to not care about having to do things by yourself. That people are used to holding your hand or being there with you. But some of these people didn't know that you were just there with them and understanding, and you were like holding their hand, or you were really feeling what they were feeling, because in that moment you were re-healing or healing something that they were too. But overall, you've already done it before, so it's not like a huge life lesson, or it isn't a big moment for you. You may have had people that didn't know that, so when you guys connect, they feel like, oh wow, you really need me, like I really need you. But their need is different, because out of sight, out of mind, you can let them go, they can live their lives, you could be free. But some people can't do that. They don't understand how you can live your life and be free and be happy without them. Okay, because it says peace of mind and contentment. So not only did you have peace, but you also you were content, you're happy, you're satisfied. This is like having to do things on your own, but it should be difficult. And maybe that's because that's what this person's experience was. Give me more about the Queen of Wands, because I'm seeing like a mother. Yeah, this is no help. A mother or a father. It's the Queen of Wands, but it could be a male too. It could be children take a lot of empathy. Children take a lot of empathy. You really have to remember what it was like to be a child, to really understand and to be there in the way that they need you to be, in the way that maybe nobody else was there for you. You have to remember those times. So you have to do a lot of healing, because the things that really hurt you or harmed you growing up, they stood out so much, so that when it came time for you to be able to correct that in life, you'd be able to, because you would be able to pull on those experiences and remember those moments, not from a place of like trauma and pain, because then you just be trauma bonding with your child. This is from a place of knowing and understanding, so that you can actually change the scenario that seems like it's reoccurring or it seems similar. You went through it so that your children wouldn't have to, or you went through it so that you would be able to help somebody else get through it quicker, faster, easier, okay, with less strain. So there's some kind of something in your life that I feel like you're doing that could be a strain. It could be painful. It could be difficult. It could be hard for you. But your life experience prepared you for it. And you are actually drawing on that preparation. You are drawing from those experiences. You're drawing from the knowledge that is you. And you are using that knowledge. You're applying it to your life currently, which makes you wise. So you're seen as not just somebody who feels and understands what people are feeling, but also someone who's very wise or educated, not just on like, I don't know, and no shade, but seriously, not on trigonometry or I don't know what. I hate history. Can't even think of something, okay? But like the century, blah, blah, blah. But you're like very experienced and wise on life. You went to school of life. You graduated with a master's degree in, oh, I don't know, mental health, emotional well-being, life. Okay? So you add value to people because there are things that you've been through, things that you've encountered, and you've healed them. So you are able to go back into it without reliving the trauma, and you can actually just pull out the diamond, the nugget of truth, the nugget of light, the nugget of clarity that helps people to push forward. And people look forward to that. Also, this is a situation that you're in where you're not really getting a hand. Okay, nobody is given to you, maybe specifically financially. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, nobody is. Maybe you're used to having, I said single mom, single father. So maybe you're used to having two people pay the bills, somebody to always lean on. Someone always has your back. You could literally be single-handedly, you're all of those things. Like, you've got to be the person. If you overspend, it's got to be you that you need to borrow the money from. Okay, like, yeah, if you don't pay it, nobody else will. Okay, if you don't have it, nobody else does. If you can't do it, nobody else is there. Like, it has to be you. It all falls on you. And you may not have people who are just offering themselves to you. You can have people who are coming towards you, but they really want something from you. They want to take your attention out of your reality. They want to drain your energy and focus that you need to do the things that you are doing single-handedly. And whoever you are, you're doing it well. Like, people can tell. Okay? That's what I was talking about. It's your flexibility. That's the flex. That is the flex. It's the flex that you could do it with somebody next to you, but you can also do it by yourself. That's what people are wild about. That you can do it even if you have this person, and you can do it if you don't. Whatever this is that you do in your life, that is just you that, that's doing it. Okay, they're amazed at the fact that you don't have this backing, or you don't have this support, or you don't have this investment, or you don't have, anyone else to lend a hand to you. Because we live in a world full of codependency. So when somebody gets out of that, they step out of that line and they set themselves free, you know what happens? It's the same mentality as back in slavery days, when somebody would come back and, oh yeah, I was free and I can read. Let me teach you how to read. Fuck you, you traitor. What are you talking about? I'm telling you, let me teach you how to read, so when I come back, I can help you get out of these chains and you can come with me. No, they hate you. They want to yell out and tell massa, because they look at you like you think you're better than them. How dare you? So we still live in mental slavery. So just know you have haters like that. Yeah, the Hierophant in reverse. These people are pissed off that you've broken these contracts, that you've taken your loyalty back, that you've created a life for yourself, or that you have decided to go against the grain, go against the rules, go against a corporation, an organization, a family cult, a family coven, a religious cult, a religious coven. Because you decided to break the rules, these invisible lines that confine us to certain timelines or ways of living that we have learned to leave behind. So you set yourself free, and you got people hating on you. You set yourself free. Look at how content and happy you are. You're not even begging. You're not begging. You're not asking for people's attention. You're not asking for people's help. You're not desperate, running around, please, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure, who doesn't like help? Who doesn't like a friend to lend a hand? Who in a right fucking mind? Like, literally, I would love if I could combine families with people and we could just get a really big house, and I love how different cultures live. Like, I'm serious. I love the Hispanic community. I grew up in Southwest Detroit. My auntie, struggling to take care of herself and her child. She was a new divorcee. I went through that whole struggle with her. And then she would still allow me to come over during the week, sometimes every week or during the weekend in the summer. And she stretched out her budget to also include me, because we ate and we did things wherever we were. Nobody, sent money or anything like that. So I was used to, living differently depending on which family I was actually, which family member, which situation or dynamic I was in. Yeah, this is definitely a spirit chat. I just feel chatty. So thank you if you guys are rocking with me. Thanks for the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, let's keep going. So, because life experience, it's helpful. And I think that even bringing up some of these things I don't know, these are good memories that are actually helpful to my reality too. So hopefully it helps you. Um, but anyway, she was struggling, and I saw all these families around, like even the lady who we lived in a two-family flat in Southwest Detroit, and the lady that lived upstairs, she was Hispanic too, but she went to the hall. She was a Jehovah's Witness like we were, so we knew her well. She was in the same building, and her children were, too, or whatever. And we would play with the children, we would get to know them. But I was just like, why don't we just have one big huge house, like where it's all open and we always get to connect if we want to, and we can, like maybe we cook dinner this night and they cook dinner the other night. I just didn't understand why it was so much division, because all the houses around us, that's how they lived. And it just seemed as if they always had more than enough. Like, Mexican families, they cook in the whole family from the block. Everybody on the block may come and eat, but that's just one day. And then the rest of the days of the week, there are 4 other families that do it, and you actually get to rest. You don't have to go through all of that. Everybody gets a full, good meal. Like, I don't know. I just like that. African culture, I love the way they cook. I love the way they eat in groups. What is it? Now I can't even think of Arabic community, and it doesn't just have to be Arabic. Like I'm Lebanese, whatever. It doesn't matter. Is it Middle Eastern? Okay, they buy those really nice houses in Dearborn, or big houses, or they add on to the house, and then everybody lives in there, and they all buy one car that's only for Uber or only for Lyft, and or only for DoorDash, and they all take turns doing that shit, and then they have their own vehicles that are not part of the work vehicle. And they just live good lives. I've gotten a chance to know individuals from different cultures, mostly through the organization, but also through my life in college really helped me to stay diverse. So I would see how other people lived, other communities other than my own. Okay, I'm in the Black community, and we really just be trying to survive and stay alive on our own, and I get it. But I love that they are able to do that, and sometimes it does look better than it actually is, but not with a certain mindset. Not when you can attract people who are like-minded. I feel like not just your blood family, but when you can find soul family, because a lot of them, they did feel like they were forced into that reality. They thought that my life was actually better, where I don't have to deal with everybody, or I don't deal with everybody, or everyone isn't around. So we crave what we don't grow up with, or we crave what we don't have, or what we don't see currently, and we think the shoe is always better. But what I found is that would work. You just need like-minded individuals. You need people who are kindred spirits, people who you share not just like a physical need, but they also fulfill an emotional or a mental bond. Okay, where the two of you are coming together and you're better than you are apart. And that should be in any relationship, but especially the situation that I'm talking about, where there's never a drought, there's never a helping hand, there's never no one you can depend on, there's always a friend, and you still get your privacy too. Like, I just believe in situations like that. I just don't have that kind of access to that, but if I did, I would love that. I would love that kind of community. I would love that type of family dynamic. I love that. And so I feel like you're in a situation where you don't have that, and that could be something that you crave. But what people are astounded by is they could have that. They could be doing that. And yet they're amazed at what you're able to do. Like, how could you? Because I'm having a difficult time, and I've got all these people. I feed all these people. I have to care for all of these people. Like, or either I live with a bunch of people, but everything is on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still have to. Nobody's helping me. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? If I need a ride to work, or if I need to, nobody gives a fuck. Like, so it's hard, even when you have people, or the people who you are giving to are also taking from you, but they take more than they ever give. And it just, whatever. There's some situation here. Yes, people are looking at you being successful, doing something on your own, when actually the economy is created so that you can't. It's like it makes it difficult for you to. It makes you feel like you would have to work so much that you never even get to enjoy your life in order to survive, in order to have the life that you want by yourself. You're going to have to do it. Like, it's going to be hard. And something that you're doing, it feels like you're doing it with ease. So you found a way to survive and maintain ease and satisfaction, and it's actually successful. Things are working well for you or going well for you, and people are finding out about this. Okay, we have letter or news coming, so you may have something else that is going right for you that you're going to become aware of soon with this Six of Wands here. This could have been this could be like good news too, about something where you actually wanted someone else to be a part of, or you wanted someone else to help you or assist you, and it hasn't come through. That may be going through for you. Okay, so some of you may have a situation moving forward where you're not doing everything by yourself, but the fact that you were able to is amazing, and that actually is what could have, depending on what this is on the other side, but you know, you revealed yourself. The Tower in reverse, I feel like you could have revealed that you can do it by yourself to somebody who would rather you not be able to do it by yourself, because it would be to their benefit. They may have wanted to do something with you, but your success now doing it by yourself is actually like a blessing in disguise to whoever this person, because if you're attracting them in the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles energy, then this is someone who is just as successful at independently living as you are. So I've had plenty, well, not plenty, but I've had enough roommates, and my only trigger and what I don't like about roommates is that one thing I don't play about is the fucking rent. I don't move it around. I don't play with it. Like, literally. And I don't really like paying late fees. So I'm pretty adamant and a little bit strict about it, especially when we come up with a rental agreement that we know we can afford to pay. Then I expect you to have your half. When I have my half, I expect for us to pay that, and I expect for that to be a priority. Now, we can move around the light bills. We can move around the water bills. We can pay a little bit this time, a little bit that time. I don't even mind if you're like, could you pay the water bill this month? I'll pay it next month. Like, I'm flexible on other things. But the roof over our head, yeah, I don't play that. I don't play that. So that has been one of the, like, you only got one or two times asking me to pay your half, or telling me you ain't got it, but I've been seeing you smoking and drinking and going out and eating out all of this time. Like, that's fine if that works for you and whoever you do it with, but it won't work for me, because I can't. I've just learned certain things make me too big mad, so I can't do it. And if you say that you're going to take care of a certain bill, if that's your responsibility and I have the other responsibility, I expect you to fucking do your job. Or you can go, because I'm always going to be in a position where I can do it myself, or I've already got a plan on how to do something else should this crumble and fall. So I feel like, though, this is the key. Finding somebody who already is where you are currently, who already is doing it pretty much on their own. They know how to. You're able to see what they can accomplish and what they can take care of without you. So you already know what they're capable of with you. That is somebody who is practical, responsible, and not like some kind of rigid control freak, or, I don't know, penny pinching, never has a good time, or always watching other people's pockets. That's not that vibe at all. That's somebody who is free flowing, loves to have a good time, loves to enjoy life, but also is very practical, reliable, takes care of business, and is not looking for handouts. Okay, not looking for handouts. This is not a money pit. This is somebody that you can actually build with, be successful with, and that's regardless of if it's a friendship, a roommate, a group that you want to join, or a person that you want to add to your life, a partner. Like, you really want to know those things. And I'm telling you, make sure you know those things before you get a wedding ring, okay? Or before you sign anything, okay? or before you lay your life on the line, or before you sign a soul contract. Like, just know that what you're looking for, this person can reflect it to you without any help. You want people who are able to do it because they want to, because it's who they are. If they're just doing it for you, it's fake, it's phony, and you don't know how long it's going to last. All right, what's the Tower in reverse? What was revealed here? Whatever was revealed, it could have caused... Oh, okay. Somebody already knows that you're having a new beginning without them. Somebody already knows that you've managed to make it successfully or through a cycle, or you've completed a cycle without them. Someone thought that you were going to need them, that you were going to need them. So just because you don't need them doesn't mean you don't want them, but I feel like somebody was counting on your need. Who is counting on a need? Because we've been talking about third parties, and then of course the Three of Pentacles falls out. Who's counting on your need? All right, so you have co-parenting situations. Somebody was counting on your need. You have third party. They were counting on your need. These are individuals. A third party could be a family member, a friend. It could even be a job. But this is a person that was counting on you to display some kind of need or lack or deficiency, because this is how they can be of value to you. Okay, so this is a trap, because I've gotten into this plenty of times in life. Yeah, you're not looking for that. That's cool and all. Thank you for your Three Pentacles. Okay, really what this is someone is looking for, they're looking for somebody who already has the Two Pentacles on their own, and they're just going to add that one pentacle on top. So they're just looking for that one. Like, if you have a need or deficiency, if somebody can fulfill that one need or deficiency, then they look as if they are the equivalent, but not really. Okay, but not really. They're filling a void for you, and you can become overly thankful or grateful that there is something that they're doing that at the time it was difficult for you to do, or that you could not do. So that one thing that they were able to do gives the illusion that they are of more value to you, and that they're likely like reciprocal or even the equivalent. Okay, like you guys are in the same boat. But not so much. Somebody like this is preying on this. They're preying on the fact that you are very loving, very free-flowing. You could be a free spirit. You could love to love. And pretty much, if you can make this person happy, or anything that you do that is of value, they would like love you. You know, they would love you. They would shower you. They would open their doors of generosity. And you could feed off of this person for years, okay? But that's what this person does. This is a leech here. This is a leech. You don't want a leech who is like, hey, I've got this one thing. You don't want that. You want your eyes to be wide open when you start up these situations, these dynamics, these contracts, these relationships. You want your eyes to be wide open. Yeah, that's cool and all. Thank you for that one pentacle. But eventually I was going to have the three anyway. It just was difficult for me at the time. But thank you for coming in clutch. What I'm really looking for, though, is someone who we both can have those two. And then the last two, we can like bounce that off of one another. You want the whole Six of Pentacles. That's 3 and 3. And sometimes in the Three of Pentacles, you see the two are over here, the three are over here. So it doesn't always have to be the same thing all the time, but you're both capable of it. You're both capable of it. You both can do it. You both do it. And so, you know that this is like a real situation where you guys are really working together. Not just because this person did this one thing And maybe it wasn't even something that you couldn't do for yourself. So honestly, a lot of times people are counting on a lot more appreciation and gratitude than they really do. It's like, thank you, but if that's what you were looking for, then really you could just take that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fine. You know, I could do it by myself, honestly. You just have to be okay with that, because some people are counting on that and they bait you into a trap of that. Yeah, where you can commit yourself or give all of this loyalty to somebody because you really think they're doing something for you, when really you're probably of more value to that person than they ever intend to be to you. And it's just because of your appreciation. So a lot of you are getting out of that. That was a mental trap where you feel like someone's, and I put it in bunny ears because true generosity, you'll feel it. It comes with no strings. Fake generosity, which is someone who's really just sowing a tiny seed in order to get some recognition, in order to be seen in a higher light, in order to sit in a seat that they really have not, they don't have the qualifications to sit in. You know, they don't deserve this kind of recognition. Like those are people and dynamics that you have to be able to see to get out of that box where you would overgive or overshare just because somebody appeared to care. Okay. So this is you getting out of that. I feel like you're getting your confidence back. Your confidence back that actually you're doing something by yourself. You are doing it well, and other people can tell. And the people that you want to wait for are the people who can meet you with this open generosity, the same as you are offering, or they meet you where you are. Okay, they meet you where you are. There could be something too here where there's something practical about a certain person that has been revealed to you, and this is helping you. So some of you, you don't really know for sure, but you're kind of like taking a leap of faith is what I see. But you're not going to land on your face. There's something about, again, life experience, or maybe you're connected to somebody who's lived this or knows about this. So what you're choosing to do is really not so unknown or so scary for you. But it's going to be successful. You're taking a chance on something, and it's going to be successful because you've already done the work to like build enough confidence that something will succeed. You've seen enough of this person's authenticity. You've seen enough of this person independently. You've seen enough of who this person is or how this person moves with or without you to know that they're going to be successful, that they're going to be fine. So there's a leap of faith that you could be taking in your life, and it's a good one. Okay, so yeah, this feels like you getting out of the cycle where you're still attracting people who really don't know you, who have to be wowed by you. They were, you know, they're wowed by you, but some of them are also pissed or angry or jealous. Okay, it's like the slave that got out and got free and learned to read, and everybody's mad. Instead of wanting to learn how to read, they're just like, oh, fuck yeah, they think they are, you know, oh, hi, and then, well, take your ass back to where you came from. Okay, bye. Like, what do you think I'm going to do? Re-put myself on chains and go back to being a slave with you? Are you fucking kidding? I said I found the Underground Railroad. Do you want to be free with me or not? Fuck, nobody is going back to slavery. So yeah, mental captivity, emotional captivity, physical captivity, all of these invisible boundaries and things that you can't do and can't say and can't be, and your authenticity is suppressed, and then people are also feeding off of you. No thank you. The fuck. Yeah, look at that, Ace of Swords in reverse. This would be treachery, betrayal of the highest kind to yourself, to your own mind. This would be you mentally fucking yourself out of a successful life. You're already doing it successfully on your own. Why the fuck would you let anybody back in, or anybody in, that is not a cooperative component to how you are living and how you are doing things? The way you would know is because they're also doing it. We have unproductive, missed opportunity, lack of ideas, injustice, miscommunication, and confusion. This is what somebody has been offering you. So no, you would not be taking a leap of faith if you took a chance on this person. You would be stupid. You would really be the fool. You would be not just playing the fool for somebody, you are the fool for somebody if you were to do that. So I feel like you know enough, or you've been through this way too many times before to even open that door or go through that scenario again. The Tower is in reverse. You've already seen what you needed to see, and things went well for you, likely because you probably are like me. You were already prepared for this. You were prepared for somebody to flake the fuck out. You were prepared for somebody to drop the fucking ball. You were prepared, and that just makes you more resilient the next time around. It doesn't mean that you're going to be eager for anybody to just help you. No. They've got to be, in fact, you actually, your boundaries, your standards are even higher than they were originally. So the next person, they've got to be better. You're moving on to better. You're building better. You are better. I'm hearing, what's her name? I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. I want to dance. Long as I got my I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. It's Missy Misdemeanor, but I can't. Maybe the song is called I'm Better. Okay. My son just woke up. I hear him back there laughing and talking. All right, I want to go. Yeah, we have the King of Cups. Okay. So this doesn't just have to do with money either. This also has to do with how somebody is successfully able to maneuver through or deal with their emotions. You need someone who knows how to be at peace too. You're building a peaceful life, or you're building a place of solitude. This could have to do with your home. You're building an oasis from this world of chaos. You know, you can go out into the world and get as much chaos as you want to get popping. You can see as many contrasting, situations and dynamics. You can, interact and watch the drama from afar. You can be right in the middle of it, whatever. The sky is the limit. But in your home, there is a vibe, there is a tone, there is this peace, there is this ease. There's this chill that you are seeking or looking for. There's this freedom that you want every time you walk into the door. That is the vibe. That is the energy. And so, yeah, you can definitely create that. And I feel like you're finding someone who can make that happen with you. This is also someone who does not use love as a tool. They don't use it as a tool. Well, I love you, so this means that I don't have to do shit for you. Or I love you, so this means I don't have to pay any money. Or I love you, so like your love is a currency. But when somebody is offering their full and total generosity, meaning they're free with their money, they're free with their time, they're free, like somebody is opening up their world and making themselves available to you as a resource. You cannot be stingy with somebody like that. Or this is you. So you can't afford to have somebody who is still stingy with, oh no, I found this resource, or I find this tool, but I can't help you. Or, oh yeah, I got this money, but I can't give this, I got it, whatever. Like, that's a whole different dynamic, and that's fine. But you probably would do better living your own personal life. If you want someone who is generous and someone who is kind, even when they don't have the love to give, someone who's going to show up in whatever way they can. Like, okay, if I don't have the money today, but I'm going to have it tomorrow, I'm probably still going to, I don't know, make use of myself physically in a way that is beneficial to this situation. Like, you guys are flexing together. That word again, flexing. You guys be flexing together, flexing on one another to make things successful. But the way that things become successful is not just for one of you, it's always for the both of you. That's the dynamic that I feel like you're headed to. Where it doesn't matter what you do, you can't lose. You can't lose. Even if one of you gets stuck in this type of situation or dynamic, that would be the time period when you are the most up, so you will be able to fill in for this person, fill the gap, and vice versa, because you're already doing that in your own personal life. when you don't feel productive, when you feel like you missed an opportunity, or you know you missed an opportunity, or you know that something isn't right and that you're going through something in life that isn't happening the way that it's supposed to, but you can free yourself out of it. You can still manage to be happy. You can start a new beginning, and you don't have to steal or cheat or lie or act a fool to do it. Like, it's just because of who you are. You just have this desire for fresh new energy, for fresh new start. You keep doing that because your heart is pure. Because your heart is pure. So you're going to continue to get out of anything that you go through, and then you're going to reciprocate. So this is a cycle of balanced independence and cooperation, or what, a cooperative. Like, you guys are working together. You work good apart and you work better together. So this feels like finally connections, dynamics, yeah, and you're open to it now. You're open to it now. So if it felt like it was a time period where it was like, man, it's cold out here. Ain't nobody out here that I feel like I can really, you know what I'm saying, vibe with. People are throwing their love around, like trying to bind you and confine you and force you to feel good about things that you don't feel good about. That's not what love is about. That's not what love is about. You need to wake up to the fact that that's a chain, and likely one you put on yourself. So if you put it on yourself, that means you can get yourself out of it too. But yeah, anyway, so is, you know, financial. When somebody becomes codependent on you financially, that's a chain too. Get yourself the fuck up out of there. Get yourself the fuck up out of it. You can get out of it and still be in it, like physically, you know, like, okay, well, hey, I'm going to make sure that I can do what I can do for myself, and I'm going to trust that you're going to do what you said you were going to do, because you're grown just like I am. But if you don't, just know that this will never happen again, ever. Like, you don't even have to worry about it. We're done. All right, so I don't know. But this has been fun, guys. That's the reading. That's the energy. Thank you for playing in this energy with me. I appreciate your likes and everything. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm in love with your souls. Bye.